Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's Druuill. I'm back at you again with another video. I need every chosen vessel to smash that like button, smash that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, shout out to the Drew Nation and shout out to the Galactic family. Let's get right into it. Look, don't worry. You are making progress and raising the bar. They just are jealous and don't want you to feel that way. All right? People are jealous and they don't want you to feel like you're succeeding when you are. The more you start to become successful, the more they're going to downplay you and try to make you feel irrelevant and try to make what you're doing seem non-existent while gaslighting you about it the whole entire time. But it comes with the territory of trying to break free and be an individual. People are going to have an opinion about the things that you're doing because that's just life. So when you are going after your goals and pursuing um, certain achievements, certain things you see yourself being, certain things you see yourself doing, certain things you see yourself having, other people are going to feel some type of way about you going after what you want to be in life, if that makes sense. And when they're paying attention heavily to you and what you're doing, and they don't necessarily approve of you doing it because it's you, they may not want you to become successful. They may not want to see you um, how you see yourself. They may not want to see that idea of yours or that vision come into fruition. They may not want to see you become greater than you are right now. And that's all right because their opinion, how they feel about it really doesn't concern you. It doesn't concern you, and it shouldn't consume you. The two C's: don't let what they say concern you or consume you. All right, you shouldn't be concerned with anybody and how they feel about your steps you're taking and how you're doing it. As long as you see momentum in your life, as long as you see yourself improving and getting better, that's all that counts, because other people aren't there when you're shooting in the gym. All right, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. So if I perfected my shot just a little bit and I'm sinking threes, if I feel good about it, then how another person feels is irrelevant, because I have to approve of what I'm doing. I have to applaud myself. You can't look for validation and other people to applaud you when they already act like they don't see you. All right. People don't applaud people who they don't see, but if that makes sense. So when people try to act like they don't see you, you have to expect them to not be happy for your achievements, to not applaud you, to not be too approving of what you're trying to do. And it's okay. It's okay for them to have their own opinion. It's good to disagree. No one has to agree on everything. You shouldn't agree on everything, but you don't have to be disagreeable. You don't have to agree with me, but you don't have to try to take a crap on me, because that that is not an equation that anybody should see their self in. All right. You ask a wise older person, they'll tell you to not let anybody crap on you. All right. It's just what people don't do. No one lets anybody do that to them, but people who feel they're bigger than you in their head, in their mind, they feel that's okay because they see you as somebody that's less than them. So to them, they feel it's okay to treat you any way they want. And then when you speak up and have an opinion about it, then they feel some type of way about it. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, you shouldn't be concerned with that or consumed with that. You have to be who you were created to be. You have to live your life. And if people feel some type of way about it and they don't feel that you're doing enough, that's their business. They may even voice their opinion about it, but if they're doing it to put you down, you should ignore it and you shouldn't accept it. You should reject it and neglect it and redirect it back to them. Send that negative energy back to whoever it may be. Because if you're being a positive person, if you're not having anything negative to say, and people are just rapid fire negativity, oh hell nah. No. All right, you no. No. That's not right. So I mean, it's just things that will happen when you are raising the bar in your life. All right, when you take your attention and focus off of things and people that don't serve you and that aren't positive and don't have anything good to say, then they're going to like feel some type of way about it, and they're going to try to go harder. All right, they're going to try to uh, make you upset more, try to make you more pissed off, but it really doesn't add up because if you're improving yourself, then you're not going to allow yourself to be bothered by these types of things. But it comes with time, and once you stop being consumed with people and the things they say and them trying to trigger you because they're going to try to do that. They are going to try to trigger you. And it's just not going to add up anymore because your focus is going to be on improving your life. And when things don't matter, the people don't matter because it's like, yo, what the things that are coming out of your mouth, they don't it's not important to me because my mind is someplace else. And all you have to do is discipline your mind. So the more you don't react, the more you don't let them trigger you, the more they don't have the potential to bother you because you're sending your thought waves and you're sending your thought waves down a different neurological pathway. Because when you change your mind and you choose to act differently, you're shifting your brain, you're shifting your mindset, you're becoming a new person. You're creating a new reality for yourself. You're leaving the reality where you allow people to control you and you're upset at what they say and you're allowing them to bother you, and you're moving into a reality to where you're mature, to where you're focused on your business. You're focused on what you're about to do when you get home. You're focused on what you have planned for the weekend. You're focused on what you have planned for the rest of the week. You're just putting your mind where it belongs, back on you and your life and what's important and what matters to you. All right. When you take your mind off of what they are trying to get you to focus on and put it on what you're supposed to be focused on, you really don't care what they say, and what they say doesn't matter to you. You don't even have a care to care. People could just say whatever they want and they're going to be mad, but you just have to let them be mad. Their reaction to you has nothing to do with you. So however people feel about you, you just have to let them feel that way, and don't show them any feelings towards that. Like, you don't have to give a F about how people feel towards you, and you're not doing anything to them. You're not doing anything wrong. So it is what it is. All right, if people are upset with you just for you specifically, then they're just going to have to be. And people do feel some type of way when you are becoming successful, because they may know you from the past, they may have seen you before. Like when you're changing and other people's lives aren't changing, they start to get kind of disrespectful, but that's their business. All right. You don't have to even worry about that. That's nothing. It doesn't matter to you. It's not important. You have to always be able to bring your mind back to what's important. Like what makes you feel good? Does it make you feel good to think about whatever someone said? If it's negative and you don't like it, you might as well just get over it and let it go, because thinking about it is going to make you mad and depressed. Somebody could do something, somebody could say something. The best thing you could do is let it go. It's not something you have to keep thinking about. It's not something you have to keep pondering. You don't have to figure out why they said it. It's in the past. They said it. Just move on. If you want, you could just walk away and act like you didn't even hear them, because if it's not anything that's disrespectful, if it's not anything that's harmful, or even if it is, if it's not the time or place to respond, or if you don't even feel like responding, you don't have anything to prove. So sometimes you just could kill them with silence. All right, and then I mean that's what I would suggest. That's like the best thing, because I mean, giving them the time of day is just going to make them feel more empowered. So honestly, silence is the best policy dealing with people. I know some people say that, oh, I wouldn't do whatever. If you want to spend time talking to them, arguing with people, being negative with them, that's on you. But I wouldn't necessarily do that. I would try to focus on, like I said, things that make you feel good, things that you have to do. Put your mind where it belongs, because that will help you even improve your life even more. So I mean, you could even use these people as a reality check. Like, okay, it's time for me to put more focus into my life. It's time for me to uh, think about what I need to be doing with this particular project. It's time for me to think about that new idea. It's time for me to figure out how I'm going to start that business. It's time for me to figure out how I'm going to put this brand together. It's time for me to figure out how I'm going to market this, or uh, promote that. And I mean, that to me, that sounds a whole lot better. That sounds better than trying to figure out, trying to go over, ruminating over what somebody did or what someone said. And it's difficult to get there. It's hard at first, because it's like, oh man, you want it to stop, but in your mind, you don't realize yet that by wanting them to stop, you're trying to control somebody, and you have no power or no control over what goes on around you. And the more you say that to yourself, the more you meditate on that, more you ask God to help you realize that life is going to become a lot easier for you. You start to just accept things and people for who they are and the way they are, and you just move through life as the person that as the person that you are, as you should. You should be moving through life as the person that you are, being yourself, without worry, without fear, without caring about who's judging you or what they have to say. You should just be going through life and just be able to be who you are. All right, people, there's going to be opposition. You're going to meet opposition. People are going to be against who you are, the type of person that you are. Some people are going to like it, some people aren't, but that's just life. And when you're chosen, you know things are different for you. You know that there's going to be more people that may have something against you than that do. So you know that it's best for you to just keep focusing on what serves you, focusing on what's good, focusing on what's of love, focusing on what's of sound mind, focusing on what's going to help you build the reality that you want. That is going to help you create a path towards your destiny. You know that there's better things for you to be focused on than something that isn't going to do anything for you. All right. A lot of people are negative. A lot of people are stuck, and You don't want to be one of those people. You want to be able to get out of negative mindsets. You don't want to allow people to keep you in a rut. You don't want to allow people to keep you focused on them when you should be focused on yourself, because people will get you to focus on them more than you're focused on yourself. And they do it by getting you aggravated, getting you angry, getting you upset, making you feel like they have power or control over you, and they don't. They appear to have control over you because you may be focused on trying to control what's going on around you. And like I said, once you realize that you can't control what's going on around you, you're not going to be trying to make them stop. You're not going to be focused on them. You stop trying to control them, there's no need to focus on them. You want them to stop. So when you see them, it's like, I don't want you to do this. And then they do it and you didn't want them to do it. And depending on how bad you feel about it or how it's got you thinking, that's how mad you allow it to get you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you allow that to make you mad because it's something you don't want somebody to do. And when you see them, you're like, don't do that, don't do. And then if they do it, you're like, oh man. And then once you stop trying to control people from doing whatever they're going to do, you just accept it. Okay, this person is that type of person. They act like this. I could still move through life and keep my peace without trying to make anybody change. You don't need anybody to be different for you to be peaceful. You don't need anybody to be different for you to be happy. Nothing can block your happiness except in your own mind. Like, you're blocking your own happiness by thinking and ruminating and focusing on what people are doing instead of letting it go and putting your mind back where it belongs, where you should be raising the bar, where you should be focused on positive things in your life, where you should be focused on making positive changes. What are you going to eat when you go home? What are you going to What's your new exercise routine? What's your new saving plan? What's your new financial strategy? What's your new investment strategy? These are things that you need to be asking yourself. You need to be focused on things that are going to improve your life. Ask yourself, what would Jeff Bezos be focused on if he was in my position? What would Barack Obama be focused on if he was in my position? What would Jay-Z be focused on if he was in my position, or if I was in his shoes? What would I be focused on if I was Jay-Z? What would I be focused on if I was Jeff Bezos? What would I be focused on if I was Barack Obama? What would I be focused on if I was what's that dude's name? Andrew Tate. What would I be focused on if I was somebody that's successful, or a banker, or somebody on Wall Street, or Warren Buffett? What would I be thinking if I was Warren Buffett? Like, these are things that you need to be doing with your mind instead of letting things get to you, because all that does is waste time and it keeps you trapped in a dimension. Like, that upset you, that angry you, that's a dimension. And you have to keep working towards breaking out of that. You need to leave that self, that version of you in the matrix. And as you continue to make yourself better or make your life better, that version of you will improve. It has no choice to. But you have to program your mind for success. You have to keep programming your mind for better, so that way you could be better, and that way you could have better. Because people will, if you allow things to bother you and upset you, people will have you stuck, and you'll only have yourself to blame, because you're paying too much attention to others. You're paying too much attention to the people that hate you. You're paying too much attention to what doesn't like you or what's against you out in the world, instead of living within that world, creating your own world, focusing on you and your life and your own mind, and just paying attention to the things you have to do. If you would really focus and bring your mind back to what it's where it's supposed to be, then you would be able to navigate in the world and in your life as the person you want to be. And you really have to pretend. You really have to fake it till you make it. You really have to create a new version of yourself within the parameters of the person that you already are. But you have to create the person who you're supposed to be, who God put you here to be. In your mind, you know who you're supposed to be. Sometimes people are just too afraid to be that person because they don't want to be persecuted. Jesus wasn't afraid of persecution. He was who he was supposed to be, and people that condemned him, persecuted him, hated him, wanted to kill him, and eventually ended up trying to kill him, but they couldn't get his spirit. They couldn't break his spirit. All right. He was who he was with no forgiveness. He was who he was with not caring about what anybody thought about it, obviously. And if we could do what he did and greater, we're supposed to be actually living in a mirror image of that. You want to mirror somebody, mirror Christ, okay? Because when you are unapologetically who you are, without forgiveness, without caring about other people's opinion, they have no choice but to respect it. Not that you need them to, but they have no choice to. All right, you have to create the person who you see yourself being. That person that you see yourself, that's the reason why you're not that yet, because you're not stepping in that person's shoes. You're still trying to be you and become the person who you want to be. You have to be the person who you want to be and just continue living your life. That's how you become the person that you want to be. You just decide, I'm going to be this. And that's the mind that you go throughout and navigate your life with, without caring about what this person thinks, without caring about what that person says. That's why majority of the time you keep your goals and aspirations and the things you want to do and be and have to yourself, and you don't tell others. All right, unless you're just trying to motivate them and get them turned on, like we're doing here in this video. I know I'm turning on some things in some people's minds and getting people thinking, getting people going. You're supposed to be thinking about the right things. You're supposed to be asking God for a sound mind. You're supposed to be asking God for right thinking. That's what you're supposed to be asking for. You want to pray for something, ask God for a sound mind. You want to pray for something, ask God for right thinking. Ask God for some money making ideas, some ideas that will get you paid. And I guarantee you, if you keep putting your mind back where it belongs, you will not have to worry about your progress. I guarantee you're making progress. If you're watching this channel, I guarantee you're making progress. It all starts up here. It all starts in the mind. You can't do anything changing your life without changing your mind first. Doesn't matter how far you get in life. If you want the kingdom of God, you have to go within. You got to go within, seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added unto you. People don't want to live the life that they're living, but they don't want to obey God. If you obey God, you will be able to live the life that you want to live. The only problem is people are accepting other people's versions of God instead of their own. You have to what type of God are you accepting? And when I say your own, I mean the God that is. All right, you can't, if somebody's version of God isn't working for you, you need to find out the version of God that will work. All right, the version of God that works for you is seeing God as a loving God. All right, not the only reason people feel that God punishes them for things is through their own mind. People got themselves confused. You did something and you think God is going to continuously punish you. You're punishing yourself. God forgives. God is in the forgiving business. You got to stop punishing yourself, and you got to stop worrying about certain things that are only holding you back and making you not being able to be blessed by God through your own thoughts. When you think that God is punishing you, and when you think that he doesn't want you to be successful, and when you put a cap or a limit on the good things that he wants you to have, or you think you could have, you're not going to be able to get that much. You can't have what you have beef with. If you think money is evil, you're not going to get it. If you think rich people are evil, you're not going to become rich. If you have beef with what you want, you're not going to get it. You can't have any inner conflict in your mind about the things that you want in life. You can't lie to yourself. The things that you want, God put that desire in you. You're supposed to be wanting more. You're not supposed to be settling for less. Whatever God put in your mind, whatever vision, as long as it's righteous and it's not is not filtered, it's not messed up with anything else, then you're allowed to go forth with that, because whatever desire God put in you, like I said, as long as it's righteous, then look, it's fair game. All right, God didn't put you here to be sorry. God didn't put you here to be a loser. God didn't put you here to be sad, upset, mad, angry. None of that stuff. Negative, hurt, none of that. It's a part of life, but that's why God is there, because he's there to renew your spirit and renew your mind and make you whole again. Everybody say it. I was made whole. I am made whole. It's certain things that you can say that make you feel good. Certain, even in the midst of negativity, you're supposed to be calling heaven down. You got to call it down. Call heaven down. Call heaven down. All right? You're making progress. You're raising the bar. And it doesn't matter where you currently are, because as long as you're working on your mind, in due time, you will find your time to shine. I'm telling you, your time will come as long as you keep working on your mind, as long as you keep improving and making yourself better. The more you improve and make yourself better, the better things will be. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter how things look. All that matters is that you want to change your life. You are focusing on that. And that's becoming your main focus. That's becoming your main thought pattern. How can I change my life? How can I make my life better? You control your mind, program your mind, always be working on your mind, always be talking to your mind. If you don't program your mind, the world will program your mind. It's just like a computer. You're going to let somebody else log on and upload data to your brain, or are you going to be the one uploading what you want to upload your brain with? You got to raise the bar. You got to move forward. Got to make some changes. Can't wait on other people. You got to start right where you are, jobless, homeless, whateverless, so you can get more. Sometimes they say less is more. Make that a reality for you. If you already hit rock bottom, all you could do is go up. Let the negatives in your life be like a rubber band. Pull that thing back and pew, take off, lift off. It's just like pulling an arrow back. Shout out to Neon Asim if you're watching my videos, homie. Salute to you. It's just like pulling an arrow back. Shout out to Neon Asim, man. When you pull an arrow, you can't project the arrow without pulling it back. A setback is a setup for a comeback. Shout out to Les Brown, baby. A setback is a setup for a comeback. If you feel that you're set back, set yourself up for a comeback. You can make a change. You could choose different. You could create your reality. You could change your reality. All starts here. Think something different. If your life is negative, if you feel you can't, check your thoughts. See what you've been thinking lately. Figure out if you've been telling yourself those thoughts, and maybe that's why you're thinking those things. Maybe that's why you're experiencing those realities. The reality where you can't. Focus on the reality where you can. Focus on the reality where you will. Focus on the reality where you already have it. Focus on the reality where you already have it. Your mind is constantly creating. Let there be. Speak it into existence. All right, let there be money. Let there be success. Let there be ever-flowing, overflowing, infinite money coming into my life effortlessly and easily. People don't want to speak like that, though. Yo, Les Brown said they thought I was crazy, but I'm rich now. He said that when he had $1 million check when he went out on a date with a young lady, a girl that had turned him down in the past. He took her out for a date and then showed her that $1 million check and he also said that he wished he didn't do that, because I think they got divorced. I'm not sure, but I think they had some kids. But he talked about that. All right, that was what he said. But they thought I was crazy, but I'm rich now. Homie ain't crazy. Homie ain't crazy. All right. You can have whatever you desire, and the desires that are in you, God put them there. I don't understand what's wrong with people. You going beef with God about the desire he gave you. I don't deserve it, Lord. I gave it to you. I put it in your mind, didn't I? That is right. That is true. Thank you, God. I do deserve it. I am worthy. If you don't feel you're worthy, you ain't gonna get it. If you got inner conflict and are beefing with your desires, with what you want out of life, you're not gonna get it. People want to get large lump sums of money, but you're thinking negatively about money. Money is like, I'm not going over there with her. She don't think right about me. She thinks I'm bad. You got money feeling like money is trying to come into your life, but you're not thinking right about it. You're not feeling right about it. You're buying things and you're letting the feeling of money leaving you enter your mind and enter your spirit. You got to learn about energy. Money is a frequency. Your energy you are a frequency. Remember that in science class, all them little teeny tiny molecules, everything vibrating, moving back and forth? That's you. In the physical realm, everything is solidified, solid. You still got other things, but still everything is made up of these little atoms and these little molecules. Everything is moving. That's why in the Matrix, people are walking through walls. There's people that actually did that in real life. All you have to do is you have to focus your mind enough. Why you think they got TV out here? Why you think they got all these distractions out here? They don't want people to be able to use their mind and actually be Jesus. But oh no, that's just conspiracy. That's crazy talk. Come on, man. Stop playing with a vessel. Use your brain. You got to reprogram your mind. You got to reprogram your mind. You got to reprogram your mind to create the life that you want. Everybody is working on their mind to make their dream become a reality. Why not you? Everybody's working on what they want to be in life and becoming what they want to be in life. Why not you? It's not just for the Rockefellers. It's not just for Oprah and The Rock. All right, it's not just for what's his name, Jeff Bezos. What's that other dude's name? The dude who runs Twitter, the dude who Mark Zuckerberg. It's not just for them. It's not just for the people who they see. What are you going to become? What are you going to be? Yo, Madam C.J. Walker created $1 million business in like the 1900s, around that time. Excuse me, my history peoples, I'm sorry. But Madam C.J. Walker created $1 million business in a time where Negroes weren't supposed to have money and weren't supposed to be millionaires. All right, nobody was really a millionaire, and wasn't nobody really supposed to be a millionaire in that time period. But unfortunately, due to the historical time period it was in, people viewed certain people a certain way. The whole racial stuff, you already know the deal. People was racist. They didn't want certain black people to be rich or have money. The people that thought like that, all right, not everybody thought like that during that time. Just like not everybody thinks like that now. But there was large amounts of people who thought like that, okay? But there were people that didn't. All right, that's how you have the John Browns. That's how you have people that helped people during that time period. All the abolitionists, all that stuff. You know, there's good people in all eras, in all time periods. All right, everything's not just bad, but there are things that are bad that don't need to happen. All right, but just to stay on topic and to stay on flow with things. Look, she created $1 million business like right after that time period. All right, right after that time period, like she was like maybe the third descendant away from slavery or like the second descendant away from slavery. So for her to become a millionaire, yo, anybody can become a millionaire. She was like 2 generations away from being a slave. She still made it. She said, you know what? Okay, look, I could do this. I know how to do hair. We'll do this, market it like this, that, and the other. Boom. Yo, she saw a market for her idea. She saw a reality for what she wanted to create. All right, she saw that she was able to make a way for herself, and boy, did she make a way for herself. All right, her property and stuff ended up getting sold and ended up getting bought and turned into something eventually, and it didn't work out. But still, she became a millionaire. And due to certain things with money, and I think certain things, something happened to where it shouldn't have happened. Like it was some bad business, but that doesn't have to happen. You could, man, I'm gonna make another video on that. But you could go into your mind to where you see things going how you would want it to go, and you could pray to God that they'll go like that, and things will go right. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. So you can elevate your mind to a place where things go well, because that's what you're praying to God about. That's what praying is for. All right. You send your messenger before your face. He makes smooth your ways. All right. That's why Jesus said, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. Because he was constantly, him and God were tight like this. That's how you and God are supposed to be, tight like that. You're always supposed to be talking to him. You're always supposed to be thinking about him. You're always supposed to be communicating with him. All right, it doesn't matter how people feel about it, how they look at you, doesn't matter. You're supposed to be walking in your truth, and being who you're supposed to be. That artist, that painter, that speaker, that motivator, that journalist, that panelist, that doctor, that lawyer, that piano player, just that baseball player, that football player. You're supposed to be that. All right, whatever your dream was, you can. If your dream, you feel your dream has passed you. I know some people feel, well, I like this, Drew. I can't do that anymore. My time passed. Find something else. No excuse. Find something else. Be something else. You got other interests. Don't lie to yourself, and you shouldn't make excuses, because you don't want to make excuses and then your life be over, and then that's it. There's no excuses to be made. Then you gotta bite the bullet. So why not, while you have time, wherever you're at, it doesn't matter. You could start today. Why not start today? Decide what you want to be. Decide what you want to do. And decide the things that you see yourself with in your life to make it a reality. Your mind is very powerful. It's directly connected to God. Start using it. Start believing in yourself. All right. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. I appreciate you for hitting that like button, hitting that share button, and shout out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate all the people joining the channel. I see people enjoying the videos. I see all the comments. That makes me feel good. I'm glad you guys are getting everything that I'm glad you guys are getting out of everything that I put in the video. With everything that I put into it, I see you guys taking it all in, appreciating all of it, and that makes me appreciate it. All right. Something else that I wanted to say. I'm trying to think of it, but I'll think about it and I'll put it in the next video. I just want to let you guys know, like I said, I appreciate all the likes, all the shares, and all the comments. I'm really glad to have everybody on the channel. If there's anything you guys would like me to talk about, feel free to put it in the comment section. I can make a video about it, or if you want to email me, you can hit my email up. It's in the description. If there's anything that you would like to discuss, feel free, send me an email. All right, let's chat it up. This has been another DruTube special. Shout out to the Chosen Vessels. Shout out to the Galactic family. And salute to the Drew Nation. All right, we big business over here. Everybody keep staying focused on your goals. Keep staying focused on your life. There's a lot of distractions. A lot of things are going to try to take you away from being positive. They can't destroy your positivity unless you let them. Don't let anybody kill your spirit. Don't let anybody bring you down. They can't bring you down unless you bring your self down first for whatever it is they're trying to bother you about. So continue to continue to move forward with your life. Continue to see yourself moving forward. See yourself being prosperous. Continue to see yourself being healthy. Continue to see yourself being wealthy. Whatever you see for yourself, the reality you want to create is possible. Believe in it, and you will be achieving it. And it's really just that simple. It's like it sounds plain, it sounds lame maybe to some people who aren't about their success, but God made things easy. The simpler, the better. He made the simple things to confound the wise. Things are simple. It's not that complicated. So why make things harder than they have to be? Decide what you want to be. Make a decision in your mind that this is what you want to be. I'm going to be this. I'm not going to let the world tell me I'm not. And when you do that, your mind starts to change. Your reality starts to change. Your life starts to change. Things start to get better. You start to open up your mind and your life up to new possibilities and new opportunities. All right. So it's new opportunities and it's new blessings coming to you. Whoever's watching this video is your confirmation. Blessings are coming to you. You're already blessed. See yourself and live in the reality that you already want. All right. So that way it'll start materializing. All the little atoms will start coming together. All right. Just like your thoughts. Thoughts come together. You're going to make that reality come together. Talk to you later.